Now it's time for the most amazing vegetable and brown rice pilaf you're ever going to taste. I'm David Jackson. 40 years ago, I was cooking in swanky hotels and winning awards from the American Culinary Federation. 30 years ago, I hosted a nutrition-conscious cooking series for the hospital satellite network. 10 years ago, despite half a century of good eating habits, I found out that I wasn't immortal. And I'm not alone. Can doctors' orders to moderate salt, fat, and refined carbs share our plates with mouth-watering gourmet recipes? Yes, they can. Two tablespoons of olive oil in the pan. That's about it right there. And onion. And there's the rest of one medium to large onion. Then we have one large grated carrot. Now you can chop it, but the whole idea is this is a rice dish, so we want the vegetables to kind of imitate the rice grains. So we're grating the carrot, also the zucchini, one large zucchini. There we go. When that cooks down, it's going to be almost 1-to-1 with the rice. There's a cup and a half of brown rice, and that'll end up being about a cup and a half, 2 cups of vegetables. We want it to be about 50-50. Spice, full of antioxidants and full of flavor. So we're going to put in 1 tablespoon of cumin, ground cumin. You can grind it fresh if you want, or just get it out of the powdered version. Clove, a ½ teaspoon of clove. And now, some freshly grated nutmeg. About a ½ tablespoon, oh, sorry about that. These are slippery little rascals. Be careful. About a ½ teaspoon of fresh nutmeg, too. Okay, now, the rice. The whole basis of a pilaf, much like Spanish rice and even risotto, is that the rice cooks in the oil a little bit before it starts to boil. Brown rice, which is one of those good carbs, it's a complex carb. 1½ cups of brown rice. That goes in. And then give it a good stir. You want that rice, all those grains, to get coated with the oil and heated up a little bit too, just along with the vegetables. And then 2 very special ingredients. This adds a lot of the Mediterranean or Middle Eastern flavor that a pilaf is known for. Some dates. 4 to 6, I'm going to take 5 of them. These are our beautiful Coachella Valley medjool dates from out here in the Southern California desert. What we do is just give them, they're a little gooey, but you just want to chop them up into medium dice. And that'll all break up. And then also walnuts. Now nuts are great, they're great fiber, and they have a very healthy oil in them too. So I'm using about 3/4 of a cup of walnuts. You can chop them or you can just break them with your hand like that. Maybe once through with the knife. You don't want the pieces too small. You want to have a little bite to them, okay? Now, one other really interesting ingredient. In keeping with the Middle Eastern note of this recipe, I'm putting in harissa sauce. That's about a tablespoon or a little more. That's it. 3 cups, 3¼ cups of non-fat, low-sodium chicken stock goes in. That's appropriate for a 1½ cups of rice. You want 2-to-1 on brown rice. And finally, some lemon. First of all, some zest. This just freshens up all the earthy notes of the spices and brown rice and vegetables. And half a juicy lemon in there. Catching the seeds, of course. There we are. Get that to a boil. We're going to just let it start to boil for about 2 or 3 minutes. And then we're going to shut it off. We're going to decorate it, and in the oven it goes. And now for the decoration. Since there's lemon in it, let's start with some lemon in the center and out to the sides. Then these are strips of red bell pepper, which we can put in like that. Now that's going to go in a 375-degree oven for about 45 minutes, no more, no less. It should do just right at that, and it's going to come out beautifully. Let's see. Look at that. That is beautiful. Now, let's see if we can't get a nice portion with one of the decorations in it. So you want a bit of lemon or the bell pepper on there, if you can. And maybe just a little more. The nuts, the carrots. Now that is a portion. Remember, this isn't the main course. This is a carbohydrate. Even though it's a complex carbohydrate and it's got vegetables and all kinds of good stuff in it, that's about the size portion you want, no more than 25% of your meal. Thanks to the brown rice, the blend of vegetables and spice, dates and walnuts, this flavorful pilaf imparts a nutty, earthy, slightly sweet and exotic taste that pairs well with fish, chicken, or lamb. And because it's half and half complex carbs and vegetables, we can eat a little more of it than we would plain rice.